Do you often feel distracted? Is social media, YouTube, or our clickbaity blog titles and newsletter feeds pulling you in? I feel you, and I can tell you this video will be perfect for you. I have created a distraction tracker which is inspired by Nir Eyal, and I'm going to show you how it works, what it is, why it works so good in this video. So let's dive right in. First of all, I'm going to show you what I already have. I've already created this distraction tracker back in 21 even. This is what it looks like. It consists of the time when you're being distracted, which gives you an indicator of when did it happen, like what time of the day are you distracted most maybe. It is the name or the reason you're actually distracted, like what's the distraction. Maybe it's like opening Gmail, maybe it's like a colleague coming at you, maybe it's a phone call, maybe it's something else where you just like feel an urge to eat or whatever it might be. You write down the feelings, right? Why, what was the underlying feeling that made you distracted, if it is a feeling at all. Then you can simply tick off internal or external trigger. So internal and external distraction. And then you write down your ideas on how to solve the distraction. Like what can you do next time to not have it happen again? And then depending on what the intensity of it is, you can share what the relevancy or what the relevance to your life is. Is it like one that distracts you quite a lot and that you need to work on, or is it a minor one? So you can fill it out. So this one is already like out there. You can just download Google distraction tracker really, and you'll see that one. But I wanted to, by the way, this is what it looks out when you fill it out. But that's not that important. The importance here is why does it work? Why is it such a good idea? And how can I, what I already created as a PDF, use digitally? Of course, everything I say here will be applied to Workflowy, but you can also apply it just as well to Notion, Obsidian, or whatever note-taking tool you're using really. So let's continue. Nir Eyal is the guy who invented the distraction tracker. He's the guy who wrote the book Hooked, on how to make you addicted to social media or like software platforms. Realized, well, everyone is applying it already, so let's also talk about how to not be distracted, how to not be addicted. So those are his two books, completely contradictory, but very interesting. And the solution is quite easy. The solution to distraction is awareness. Basically, it's also the solution to addiction, by the way. So most of what we'll be talking about today is also, well, let's say distraction in many cases is addiction as well. So yeah, but that's another topic for another day. So more often than not, the distraction is just a trigger that enables you to escape from bad feelings, right? Those were the triggers we already talked about. That's the reason why you pick up your phone when you're bored, why you scroll social media when you're bored, in the tram, in the plane, whatever. No, plane, not really, but you know what I mean. It's the reason you text a friend when you feel alone, and that's also the reason you often or frequently check email when you have a task that has a little bit of friction and that is not easily to be accomplished. So basically it's internal feelings and the trigger of the thing itself, and those combined are the distractions. And the distraction tracker is the first time for you, it will be the thing or the construct where you will be able to write down why it happens, to gather them, to gather information, to gather data in order to improve on that. And awareness is the key to it. Awareness and focus to tackle them one by one then. And yeah, as you have already seen, I have a PDF for that already. However, let's have a look at how to do it in Workflowy, right? So pretty simple. Let's say new distraction. Here I have written down the metrics or the core elements of the distraction tracker already. And let's make a new one now. So let's say name of distraction. Oh wow, my fingers are cold. Name of distraction. I like to keep everything in a single bullet. I don't want to have like sub bullets, but you can do whatever you want. Then I like to apply the time, which could simply be now, right? Just typing now, amazing. Then, of course, we continue with the title of the distraction would already be the distraction itself. Then the feelings, maybe. The feelings I'm going to do that way. That, oh boy, I'm going to say feeling. Here I had the idea of creating a hashtag for internal or external, so we can simply, maybe that is not the best. So let's say divider, maybe maybe we use that one instead, as it doesn't respond in any way. Internal, external, and then we do the relevance. I would say maybe like 5, hashtag 4, 3, 2, and 1. We got the feelings, we got the internal, external, we got the solution that is missing, and I think that's pretty much it. Ideas how to solve, yes, and that's it. So yeah, let's have a look. That's a distraction, and now the last thing we do is we simply add templates to it. From now on, we can simply press the button, say for example a Gmail while working on, let's say, like Asana task for a client, right? That's an example. Then we know, oh, by the way, of course, I should remove the time over here, as we have to fill it in ourselves. Let's say like 24 hours, like that. And maybe you can also include a location, like, or some kind of context if you want to. So let's do it one more time. We're in here. We say now, as this is not a template. We say, okay, what did I feel? I felt friction, maybe stress, maybe unease, like something like that. And what's the solution? The solution could be to, yeah, maybe it's not the best thing to have all the hashtags over here. We can improve that, but nevertheless, the concept itself stands and works. And the solution could be to maybe drink a glass of water, or do a short break, right? Or maybe simply create smaller subtasks, right? To experience less friction. Those are just ideas. And of course, we can begin saying like the feelings we're feeling, we can improve them, like we can hashtag them. So we're able to filter through events. Let's say, for example, here we do that exactly. Let's say friction, let's say stress, let's say maybe like unease, whatever that is, if that's a feeling really. So next time we will have change that into a simple bullet real quick. And so next time we have like a new distraction, we can simply say, okay, this was an external one. This is the importance number 5, right? And then I continue, and then I gather the feelings, and eventually I'll have a full list of all the distractions, and I can browse through why it happened, when it happened, and I can pretty much see everything I did in the previous one, but in a long list of distraction trackers. And this is what it looks like eventually. So eventually I recommend you having a distraction tracker list that you can link to, and there you just like copy the template button, and whenever you feel the distraction, whenever you're working on something, you simply have like Workflowy opened in another tab, in another window, and while you're working, all of a sudden you're like, I have an urge to change something. I don't want to do this anymore. You go to the distraction tracker and feel into that urge. You give awareness to that feeling, and you write down why everything happened, why you were distracted. And at the end of it, you have a pretty good list of distractions that you can work with and use it to improve. So all in all, this may not be the solution, like the quick fix, because there is no quick fix to distractions. But this is the best map I can give you, so you can just walk the path and apply the concept that Nir Eyal has kind of inspired, that I have approved upon, and that you now know how to simply copy to your Workflowy or apply to your Workflowy. And I tell you, it will have a major impact in your life. And that's pretty much it. So if you've learned something, if I'd appreciate a thumbs up. If you feel like this channel is creating the kind of content you're interested in, feel free to subscribe. Otherwise, you'll find all the relevant links in the description below. And yeah, I see you in the next one.